Hey guys, what's going on? Hayden here to discuss Nintendo's shareholder meeting. Now, Nintendo had their annual meeting of shareholders last night, and some interesting information has come out. Nothing too crazy, but some interesting stuff I thought I'd go over. Now, the first of which, and by the way, we are here on CVX Freak's Twitter. I'll leave a link to this in the description down below. He was translating everything that was being said at this meeting. So, thought I'd just kind of go over some of the more interesting things. First of all, we've got some sales numbers for Breath of the Wild and the Switch. So, Breath of the Wild sold 2.76 million units on the Switch and 1.08 million units on Wii U, excuse me, with a total of 3.84 million units. The Switch, on the other hand, sold 2.74 million units. And of course, on the Switch, Breath of the Wild sold 2.76 million. So the Switch version alone of Breath of the Wild sold better than the Nintendo Switch itself, which is kind of crazy. But the way I see this happening is either there's scalpers out there getting copies of the game, or B, people bought the collector's edition and the master's edition. Maybe they want to sell one of them, maybe they want to have both. Who knows? It's kind of weird, even though the collector's edition and the master's edition is only a difference of like it's like the sword figure or something. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, that is really interesting. The next piece of information that I think is kind of cool is that this is coming from Kimishima, and he's saying that game developers are flocking to the healthy hardware. Of course, he's talking about the Switch. Indies are booming, and they plan to actually sell 13 million Switches by the end of the fiscal year. So that will be, of course, March next year. So by the end of the Switch's first year on the market, they plan to have sold 13 million units, which is that's kind of crazy because that's how much the Wii U sold. And if it outsold the Wii U in 1 year, whew. Now this is kind of a big one. Um, Regarding product video, are there any plans to bring back past content like Kirby anime on BD or old games on DD for console and mobile? And of course, he's probably referring to the Kirby Right Back at Ya anime, which I watched it back in the day on Fox Kids when it was dubbed, and you know what? As a kid, I enjoyed it, but I mean, going back to it, it's a little rough around the edges. But then Kimishima replies. We'll look into investing towards film. We want to increase opportunities for Nintendo IP and guide consumers with hardware and software synergy. He then goes on to say, regarding Kirby, we'll take your valuable opinion into consideration. And then Miyamoto jumps in and says, we hold the Kirby intellectual property and it's growing in Europe. It's selling in Spain and it's watched in places without game hardware. He then goes on to say, we want to make anime for Pikmin, Star Fox, and Yoshi. And then it says, etc. So maybe even more. And distribute it freely or integrate it into games. This is really cool. And I would love to see some Nintendo anime because that whole Star Fox Battle Begins thing that they did before Star Fox Zero came out, geez, I thought that was better than the actual game. The Battle Begins, I would love to have seen a full anime in that style, both in the art direction and in the humor, the comedy that Star Fox has. I would love to see full animes like that. As for Pikmin and Yoshi, I don't know what they could do with that. I mean, I feel like a Pikmin anime could get almost kind of violent with how the enemies at night come out and they eat all the Pikmin and it's death and destruction everywhere. A Yoshi anime, like Yoshi doesn't talk, so what would happen there? But at the same time, I know this isn't directly Nintendo related, but there's the Castlevania anime coming out in July, and that looks really good. So who knows? They could surprise us. I'll leave my mind kind of open to this, but let's just see where they're going. And there's also some other things in there that you can find on his Twitter, which again, I'll leave a link for in the description below. They talk a bit about Super Nintendo World, their plans for the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, and some other little things, but nothing too crazy to announce, some more financial stuff. But let me know what you guys think about this. These are some pretty interesting things, especially that anime thing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter for lots of Nintendo goodness. Alright, peace out guys. Bye.